There's one Apple product I've been using on a daily basis, and what I'm sure a lot of you want to be using on a daily basis, and that's the Airpods Pro 2nd generation. And even though these were released 2 years ago, these are still Apple's latest and greatest AirPod Pros, so I felt like it was worth doing a review on them in 2025, along with some tips just to show you how good of headphones these still are. Now, I bought these AirPods for myself back in April, and I paid $189 for them. But then they went back up to $250, and then now they're back at $189 from Amazon. I don't know why the price keeps going up and down like that, but if you do want to check the current price or buy one of these for yourself, I do have affiliate links down below. Starting off by talking about the AirPods themselves, when you get them, they have a bunch of different ear tip sizes that snap right into place in the AirPods. And as you're setting them up, it'll ask you to do an ear fit test to see if those ear tips have the right seal for your ears. Once you have everything set up, if you swipe down from the control center and then hold down on the volume slider, you have 3 different settings you can change for your AirPods: noise control, conversation awareness, and spatial audio. Under noise control options, the first one is transparency mode, which allows you to hear background noises. So if you're out in a city and you need to be able to hear cars or pedestrians or potential pickpocketers, transparency mode comes in handy there. But what's also really nice about transparency mode, and what a lot of people don't realize, is it also lowers the noise level of really loud noises. So let's say you're walking by a construction zone and there's a lot of construction going on. Transparency mode will lower that volume so it's at a healthy hearing level. It also does the same thing too with concerts and other loud noises. So if you're at a concert, you can pull your AirPods in, switch it to transparency mode, and it'll lower the volume of that loud concert to be at a much comfortable hearing level. Now, as someone who's had surgery on their ears before and kind of has sensitive ears, this is a really nice feature Apple added, and I keep forgetting that they have it, but I'm gonna go try to use it more often. This also kind of makes me wonder too if this could be an alternative to earplugs, but unfortunately I haven't tried that yet, but it'd be kind of interesting to see if these work or not. Adaptive is the next one. And from what I understand, adaptive basically doesn't really do any adjustments. It's just like putting regular headphones into your ears. And then the final noise control mode is noise cancellation. And this one cancels out all background noise, which is really handy if you're eating out in public and don't want to hear loud noises, or you're studying and doing homework and you want to be able to focus on what you're doing without any background noise whatsoever. Now, Apple has said that the AirPods Pro 2nd generation has a new and improved H2 chip, which supposedly cancels out background noise 2 times better than the AirPods Pro 1st generation. However, I can't speak on that because I've never tried the AirPods Pro 1st generation before, so I don't exactly know how accurate it is, but a lot of other reviewers out there said that it's a lot better on this one. And then one problem I've had with noise cancellation is being able to hear others who are trying to talk to me. For example, parents telling me what I need to do. So what Apple did was they add another setting called conversation awareness, where this feature only activates when you are the first one to talk. So let's say someone's trying to talk to you and you have your AirPods in, you're not going to be able to hear them unless you start talking. Now, I still find it to be a pretty useful feature because sometimes I'll come back on a run and I want to talk to my roommates and I'm typically the first one to speak. However, I kind of understand why it's kind of hard to get a good conversation awareness feature on these headphones, is because the whole point of noise cancellation in the first place is to block out background noise. And a lot of background noise is people talking. So if they had it where it'd activate when someone speaks to you, that would kind of get a little bit annoying, and I understand why these can't do that. And then the final setting with these is this thing called spatial audio. And what spatial audio is basically it uses the face ID sensors on your phone to create a 3D mapping of your ears. And it somehow adjusts the music to match the ear shape of your ears to make it sound a bit better and feel like you're in that room with the music being played. And this is honestly one of the most magical features going to AirPods Pro 2 over a cheap pair of headphones, is that ability to make it seem like you're in the room with the music being played. And then it's also kind of handy too to know the different on-air pod controls you can use as well. Pressing once plays or pauses media, pressing twice skips forward media, pressing 3 times skips back, pressing and holding switches listening modes, swiping up and down changes volume, and then you can press once to answer a call and press twice to end a call. These controls do come in handy, however I'm so used to taking out my phone that it's still kind of a learning curve figuring out how to use these, but once you get the hang of it, it is a pretty nice thing to have. Now, something that's been really nice about AirPods is over the years, Apple releases software updates that add new features to these. And just recently, they added a feature where you can take an on-device hearing test with your AirPods Pro 2. And if you really want to, you can use these as a clinically grade hearing aid. Now, it is pretty nice Apple added this feature, but there's also other features AirPods have as well that I don't think you're all aware about. One thing is you can set Siri to announce your notifications. And then another one too is you can pair your AirPods with another friend's AirPods on your phone if you want to share and listen to the same media. So it's pretty nice how Apple really thought these through and released over-the-air software updates that kind of future-proof these. The case itself also has quite a few features as well. On the bottom, you have USB-C charging or Lightning depending on the model you have. There's speakers which play different noises as you do different things with your case, like charging it. And these speakers too also come in handy if you ever lose your AirPods case and you need to ping them. Inside the AirPods case, it has Apple's U1 chip, which allows for AirTag-like tracking if you ever lose it. On the front, you have an LED indicator, and then if you get this engraved by Apple, you'll have your engraving underneath that. And fun fact, if you do get engraving, a lot of reviewers has said that the engraving also shows up as you pair your AirPods on your phone, which is a pretty nice little Easter egg. On the side here, you have a loop for a lanyard, and then on the back, you have your pairing button and hidden magnets, which allow your case to charge on an Apple Watch charger or a MagSafe charger. Also, quick word of warning here, these cases do scratch up pretty easily, so consider getting a case for your case, and maybe also consider getting a clean kit for your AirPods as well, as these do get pretty dirty quite easily. As for battery life, you can expect to get a total of 30 hours of listening time, and then about 4.5 to 6 hours of listening time with the AirPods themselves. But what is really nice though is if you do run low on battery, you can put these in the case, and just 5 minutes of these charging the case gets you an hour of listening time, which is pretty sweet. One thing that does worry me about these AirPods though is battery degradation. I used to have AirPods 2nd generation, and after a few years of use, the battery life on those was really bad. And with these, I looked it up here, the repair cost is $49 to replace the battery in each AirPod, and then another $49 for the case. So in total, you're spending $150 to replace all the batteries in these. And at that point, you're pretty much just better off buying a brand new pair of AirPods. But this is really frustrating though, because you're only gonna get about 3 to 4 years of use really out of this thing before you're gonna have to upgrade. And then another pair of AirPods I'm sure a lot of people are interested in is the AirPods 4th generation with active noise canceling. Now there are a few features you do miss out with those, and I have a list here. You have half the active noise cancellation in certain scenarios. You can't do the hearing test or hearing aid feature. You only have 5 hours of battery life instead of 6 hours that the AirPod Pros have. There's no on AirPods volume control. It doesn't have silicone ear tips. The case doesn't have the lanyard U, and the U1 chip isn't in the case as well, so you can't use precision tracking like the AirPods Pro case can. You can find the AirPods 4th generation for $170 on Amazon, which honestly I think is kind of a scam, because for only $20 to $30 more, coming in at $189, you can get the AirPods Pro 2nd generation, which has a lot more features than what those have. Now, at the end of the day, I'm no audio expert, but for $189, I do think you're getting some of the best when it comes to in-ear headphones. And as someone who's had a cheap pair of headphones that were $70 and then spending $100+ to upgrade to these, I honestly think it was a worthy investment for the amount of time I use these for. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and if you're interested in more tech reviews like these, maybe consider subscribing and leaving a like. Thank you all so much for watching, and goodbye.